Good morning, you lovely fisher people. I'm Nosh from FishOn TV. It's Tuesday morning, it's match fishing day. Yay! So today, you're going to be joining me at a lovely fishery. It's called McCallums Fisheries. A lot of people just call it Bankend Fishery. Cracking fishery. Plenty of fishing, nice carp, F1, lots of silver fishing there, so nice selection. Quite deep water. And the weather, at last, it looks like we might have a nice day. Can't promise, but you never know. It's 11 degrees. It's been a little bit chillier of late. We've had loads of rain. So what's going to happen with the fishing, I just don't know. But it is that time of year, isn't it? They're all wanting to get stocked up with a bit of food going into winter, so there ain't no reason why we shouldn't catch a few more. You know what fishing's like. It's all predictable. But anyway, I'm about 5 or 10 minutes away from getting there. This is Mr. Incredible. Say hello, Steve. Oh, it's gone camera shy.
Again. That's it.
Right, I didn't show you my peg, did I, when I drew it? Well, I've drawn peg 16, and as you can see, I'm trying to get out at sun. I would be absolutely highly delighted with this in the summer, but apparently they're not here, because these guys fished it last week, and there's no wonder they asked me to book Bankend, because they knew they were fishing it the week before, or a few days before. So I'm at a disadvantage straight away. Apparently these pegs didn't produce all the fish, and I can see them actually. They're all further up there, and I'll show you in a second. They're all in the middle of the lake. Apparently it's a no-no down here, and they're just jumping like crazy. I've just seen 1, 2, 3, 4, all in the middle. And I can't cast that far out because there's people to my left. So yeah, well, I'll give you a view. I don't think you can see the sun in my face, but that is just blinding. I'll show you the lake, and there's just fish topping everywhere. Here we go, look. Usually down in these margins down here, you can just, it's a £200 peg in summer, but not this time of year, I don't think. You never know. Here we go. Just want to get a bit bright here. But as you can see, there's loads of room on the peg. Cracking little fishery. So all I'm going to do, I'm still going to be positive. I'm going to get out there. I'm going to do my best. We'll get set up. We'll have a little chat shortly. Right then, folks. Not a great deal to report. As I suspected, these pegs in the summer are absolutely fantastic. It's a £200 peg, this. I think this is where our record weight came from, or it was certainly this one, these two pegs here. I think one had about 190 and one had about 180. That's a couple of months ago. Like I say, we've had loads of rain. It's been like sort of between 6 and 10 degrees. These are not winter pegs. I've not had a touch on my short line. I've not overfed it neither. I've got like an 015 bottom on 6mm pellet, 5 or 6 pellets at the very most, and I've not had any indication, no wobbles on the float, nothing. I've just gone out on the bomb. I've just put a piece of corn on a few 6mm pellets around it as well. A couple of pieces of corn. I've not had a liner, nothing. Jack to my left, he's gone on maggot. He's had a perch, a small perch and a small roach. Ian next to him has had a carp and a roach. I've just heard a couple of guys saying they've not even had a bite. Jim to my right, he's not had a bite. And all the guys, I think Jeff, my old mate Jeff Fors, he'd not had a bite until Jim went round to have a quick chat with him, and his rod went round. He's just had a carp. But I think I've only seen about 3 fish caught so far, and we're an hour and 10 minutes in, so there's only 14 of us today. There's decent fish, should I say. I've only seen 3, maybe 4 at the most fish caught. So there's not a lot to report. It's not happening. I'm in a bit of a sun trap. They're freezing over there in its shade and I'm red hot, so the only trouble is I'm not catching anything. But I have got a feeling the fish today are going to come from the middle pegs. So all I can do, I can only keep trying. I have got a method feeder set up. I've got some ground bait and micro set up, so it is a very deep venue, this. I'm only, your top 2 and 2 is about 8 foot, 7 or 8 foot. I've gone to my right short there and I've about 6.5 foot, which I thought would be just right. But at the minute there doesn't seem to be any signs of fish whatsoever, so it could be a bit of a waiting game today. So enjoy the scenery anyway. You might as well have another look, can't you? There you go. Lovely lake, and it's usually everybody catches. There's Ian. He's just Ian to my left. He's just hooked a fish. It's only a small one though, little roach or perch. But we are struggling today, but look of it. But I did think we would. So there's not going to be very much action today. I'll report back as soon as I hook into something. Fingers crossed, eh? Right, it's 11:15, an hour and 3/4, and this is my first bite. I made a little change. It's not a big fish, but it's welcome. I decided to change to a method feeder, and I just put a single maggot on. Oh. And I've ended up catching a little carp. So more than welcome. So I think I might be making a change. I might change my bomb to a different kind of feeder and approach it as a traditional feeder. I'm going to keep going on the method feed. That took about 6 minutes before I had that bite, but it's the first bite I've had in an hour and 3/4. And just feeling this fish, it's definitely a lot colder than last week. Oh, it's well hooked. So it's a banded one single maggot on a micro band, and it was a real positive bite straight round. So I just thought, I'm not sure how much action is going to be happening here today, because there's about 6 fish been caught on the whole lake so far. So we'll go and try that again. I'm fishing at about 25 metres, and it's just starting to bloody rain. Gosh, can we have a fishing day without rain? So I'm going to get this back in, get my brolly up and protect all my camera and everything. So just thought I'd give you that quick update, because it might be the only fish of the day. See you soon. Right, fisher people, I made that change, and what I did, I decided to go onto a method feeder, 013 bottom, a lot lighter line, a single maggot banded with an 18 hook. There you can see that. And as you saw, I caught that one. Wasn't really sure, because nobody's getting many fish at all. And then, just with a little bit of ground bait and the small method feeder, I like a 30 gram. I always feel a bit more confident with the casting and everything. The ground bait I made last night, prepared last night should I say. In we go then into the mould. And there you have your little mouse trap, and that is all I've done. And I've had 2 casts, 2 bites. That one was slightly bigger, so I've changed from like the I was going to just fish pellet today, but from what I'm reading it looks like they're not wanting pellets today, because nobody's really catching. So we'll see how we go on with this so far. And that bite came after about 2 minutes, the second bite. So remember, you hit the clip and you don't move the feeder. Where have I heard that one? And they've been cracking bites, straight round, no messing. Like I say earlier, I mean, I've had no signs of liners. I had nothing on the short line there, which, you know, I might be rethinking how I'm going to attack the short line, whether to do a 6mm pellet or a soft 4mm pellet, or just maggots down there. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, I'll let me put my timer on. Oh yeah, we've already done that. So I just thought I'd give you a little quick update. Oh, there we go. And we're into another one. That took 52 seconds. I can't believe it. I've had nothing at all. Not a touch. I've had 3 casts on the method feeder with just ground bait and a single maggot. That's just... I'm gobsmacked. I really don't know what to say. I just thought there's nothing happening on pellet at all here. And I've not seen many people catch. I haven't seen anybody catch 3 and 3 casts at all. Hopefully that was just a quick shower we've had anyway. Can't do it with another rainy day. Gosh, I've had some terrible fishing days with that rain. So it just shows, doesn't it? You've got to read situations, and I thought, I'm not going to sit it out on pellet. If there's nothing happening, there's a change certainly needed, and I've done that. And so far it's worked. Whether it's just luck that the fish have just turned up, I don't know. I don't think so. I definitely think, with the response I've had, I definitely think it was the right move so far. The only trouble is 013 bottom, it's a lot lighter line, it's a lot smaller hook. I've got my clutch set quite light. I don't want to risk any breakages if I can. They are aggressive bites on the method feeder, so you've got to keep checking your terminal tackle. You quite easily get kinks. And I do think I'm going to set a traditional cage feeder, like the window feeders. If bites start drying up and I need to put some particles out there, maybe a few more maggots, I don't know. But you've got to be careful. This time of year you just don't know whether they're going to be feeding aggressively or not. They're certainly feeding aggressively on this method at the minute. Yeah. I'm not going to say I'm a mighty fisherman yet because I felt like I wasn't going to get a bite at all. And this has just given me a little bit more confidence, so. They are F1s that I've been catching, not proper carp. But with the look of it, oh, this is a mirror carp, mate. My big mouth. It's a small mirror carp. Well, I'm highly delighted with the change. It's perfectly hooked. Get in, you beauty. Right, we'll pop him in the net and we'll give that another go for sure. So, I'm glad you saw all that on camera. How wonderful was that? See you soon. Right, oh, here we go, right on cue. Oh, I missed it, or I've either missed it or it's a little one. Anyway, went to the window feeder. I thought, Jim's just had his first fish next door. So I thought, right, I'm going to have to target some skimmers or something, because there's not a lot happening. And I've been getting one every every cast in. I've just missed that one. And I've had a small carp as well, so I think I've got about 5 small carp and about 8 or 9 skimmers. That's pretty much it as the update, so not a lot to report. Ian on my left down there, I still haven't gone short there because with getting bites on this, I'm not going to change because I've been struggling for bites anyway. But Ian to my left there, he's going to take some baiting. There has been one or two more fish being caught now. So I'm going to persevere with this. I'll have a little go in my margin shortly, just see if there's any bigger ones down there. So over and out, see you soon. Right then folks, a little update. Hup with a H. Update. Oh, need to get used to this, don't I? Right, here we go. Let's get this round here. Right, been really hard work today. I've gone into my margin and very frustratingly, I wasn't expecting anything down here. I've hooked into two nice fish, always the biggest ones, and pulled out. Don't know why, so I've just changed my hook. Oh, I didn't even have time to drop my feed there, and I've hooked into another one, and I'm really surprised because Jim's not been getting anything. And they have actually come in. I didn't think they would. But who am I? Who the heck am I? Oh, it's trying a bit more now. So there is 1 or 2 fish there, because this is the 4th fish I've hooked in about 15-20 minutes. And you can't afford to lose fish at this time of year, especially when it's been as hard as what it's been. It's not a big fish. They've not been big fish today. Ian's still catching steady over there. Jeff, I can see he's catching, my old pal. He's definitely had a great year this year, and his fish look bigger than these. I've just seen that they've just pulled out. Oh, that's a little bit cheeky, that, isn't it? It looks like it's foul-hooked. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, look at that, I didn't even use my bait. Let me just squash that in. So, I've gone down there, I've put micros in, not too, oh crikey, try jumping back in that. Micros in, and, oh, dead reds. And I've got a bunch, I've got about 5 dead reds on. And it seems to be working. I keep getting those little stripy things. I think you know which one I'm talking about. All those perches. But I think I need a few fish. Like I say, I really didn't fancy it down here. As you can see, I'm fishing about, what, 3 foot. Bulk shot straight down to the bottom. Does give a nice positive bite. And a size 14 extra strong I've changed her. I had the Kazar on it. I kept losing them on that for some reason. Normally quite a good hook, but it's funny, isn't it? It's funny how they change up and then they stay on. But the other 2 fish, I'm going to say, it definitely felt like bigger fish. But we've only got 35 minutes and I've not got a lot. I think with that, I'll give it 2. I've got about 22 pounds if I'm lucky. It's been really hard work today, but that's fishing. That's this time of year. You get what Peggy drawn. Didn't fancy it here at all. So it looks like the next time I'll be checking in will be probably at the way in and on the way home. Still enjoyed it though because it's not rained. It's very blustery at the minute. And this is a cracking fishery. Usually a top 2 and 2, or bomb and pellet works great here, and pellet wagger in the summer works great. And you pace guys. You would love it here. It's great on pay, especially these pegs in summer. Like I said, the 2 biggest weights of the year came from here this year. These 2 pegs, but different kettle of fish. Kettle of fish. How the heck do you get I don't know. Just got visions of a kettle full of fish. Seems a bit strange. Anyway, I'm going to clock off now. See if I can catch a few more. I could do with some great wobbly ones to get me up there. So we'll see you at the weigh-in. Day today, nice weather. That is a lovely fishery for anybody who's never been. You need to go visit that. It's a lovely fishery. You've got loads of room on your pegs, big gaps between each peg, lovely, and it's got a mixture of fish there. Now the peg I drew today, peg 16, you'd be running to it in the summer, running. When we had the charity match in the summer, there were 2 guys there, both had just shot over 200 pounds. So those pegs are the ones to have, and I'm sure there's bigger weights come out of there when it's been absolutely on fire. But like I said, I think I said it earlier, when I drew that, a few guys just laughed. Went, "Huh, you'll struggle there." They fished it the Thursday before. There's no wonder they're asking me to book bank end. You know, they're crafty old so-and-sos, aren't they? Because they knew they were fishing it on Thursday. So, they turned around and said, all the fish are in the middle of the lake. Well, I didn't know that, did I? 2 or 3 of them told me that, yeah, nothing produced out of those 2 pegs. I don't think they got anywhere near framing or anything like that. So I'm like, well, marvellous, brilliant. So I've still got set up. I still thought it would be a pellet day today, and corn and dead maggots in margins. But after 2 hours without even a liner or any indications on pole short or the bomb, I was beginning to think, is there actually any fish here? Ian to my left, I know that he's an out and out maggot man, and I noticed he started catching carp. It did take him about 3/4 of an hour, but he started catching a few carp. Not the biggest ones, not the great lumps that are normally in that area, you know, the area that we were in. He was a bit further up the lake than me, so he was a bit nearer the fish. So I had to make a decision, and after 2 hours without any indications, Jim on my right hand side had not had a bite, Jack on my left had just had a perch and a roach. But right, I'm making a change. Change to the small method feeder, and I put a lot lighter bottom on an 18 hook and just banded a single maggot. I thought I'm going to target skimmers. You know, because I mean, if you can't win a match, I like to catch fish anyway, so I thought, right, I'm going to target skimmers, which is what I did. And my plan was to set my bomb rod up and turn that into a feeder rod. more traditional, but with the window feeders. I know I'm saying traditional, but the window feeder, with it being deep, those window feeders, brilliant. You go to the bottom, disperse your bait near the bottom, especially when you pull it away. It's a great little design. So that was my plan of action, to change my short line to hook maggots. I never actually fished that because within 2 minutes of the first cast on the method feeder, a small carp. Then again and again. I think you caught me on camera with that. So there was no need to change. But then the bites dried up, so I switched to cage feeder, and I did start getting quite a few skimmers. So I'll catch it quite regular, but not enough weight to get anywhere near for contention. So my plan to catch fish worked. I ended up with a little bit more than I thought I was going to get. I ended up with just short of 30 pounds, which I'm quite happy with that. I had a few in the margin, which again I got on dead reds, but the only trouble is there seems to be a lot of perch this year. I don't know what's happened, but you put a great bunch of maggots on and you're reeling it in. Maggots have got perch around the neck, you know, that tiny little perch. So it's just something we used to say ages ago, that that's the greedy little so-and-sos, aren't they? You can't swear when you're on camera, but they are greedy little sods, and I just can't continue to do that. Biggie, I lost 2 or 3 carp in the margins that were probably better fish. Always the biggest ones that get away. No, they certainly weren't the 5 to 7 pound stamp that you can usually catch in that area. They were just smaller ones, the F1s, small mirror carps. So I caught fish, which I'm happy with. I've enjoyed the day. I've ended up finishing mid-table. I couldn't get a bite on pellet, like I said, whatsoever. When we did the weigh-in, we were walking down the lake, everybody started catching on pellet from sort of a third of the lake up. They were all catching on 8mm pellets. 45, 50 pounds. So it just shows the fish must have definitely moved, because I didn't have an indication. So we'll get to the results. In 4th place, Christine. I think it's the first time she's actually drawn any money, so well done, Christine. She's one of the lady members that comes with her. She's had about 46, just short of 47 pounds, and she actually caught and popped up bread, which is a great method in winter there. So she's had a great day, so well done, Christine. In 3rd we've got Ian, who to my left. He ended up with 70 pounds. And as you go towards the middle of the lake, Tony Glue, the guy who wants me weighing and what have you, he's had a great day. He's had 80 pounds. But today's winner, and I'm chuffed for him, because he turns up week in, week out, and he has had a couple of wins, but not for a while. With 105 pounds, and he was bang in the middle, and he's caught on luncheon meat, bomb and luncheon meat. And he's had 105 pounds. Steve Foster, aka Mr. Incredible! That's what we call him. He's got a shirt with Mr. Incredible on, but lovely guy. Chuffed for him with his one today. I think he's pretty pleased with himself. So I think that pretty much sums up Bankhead today. Like I say, great day, great venue. We will be booking it again. Easy to fish. Party car behind your peg, brilliant. So if you need to go, if you've never been, you need to go. Get in the right order. So sorry I haven't had too much footage about me heaving fishing. It just wasn't going to happen today. You can't win them all, can you? So I will be filming next week again. Got another match next week. There's quite a few away next week, so it's just a small pond in Gowdall that we'll be fishing. So I'll give you all the detail on the day. So I hope you've enjoyed the video today. If you have,